The iPhone I practically live with has the best 6.7-inch display I've ever seen. 2000 nits, P3 color accurate, all the makings of a perfect production field monitor. It's only a shame I can't just feed it an HDMI signal. Or can I? This gizmo is the Accsoon SeeMo. Rhyme intended. It basically gives your iPhone and iPad an HDMI input, which is kind of like opening the door to Narnia. Just about every possible feature you can think of comes standard with the SeeMo. Not only does it transform your iPhone with all the features you'd dream to have in a professional field monitor, it also lets you record the HDMI signal straight into your phone and lets you live stream that signal. For something that essentially takes the shape of a phone holder, it's an incredible amount of value add. Setup is straightforward. You put your phone in it, hook it up to your phone, slap on a battery, and it's ready to take on an HDMI signal. Even by phone holder standards, this is wonderfully designed. There's this button that gets pressed when you push your phone against it, and it'll just start clamping down on your phone. Very graceful and convenient. The companion app for this is called Accsoon See. The moment you launch it, your mobile telephone instantly assumes the identity of an on-camera monitor. As far as monitoring features go, this is actually more comprehensive than most of the professional monitors I've used. All the basic stuff is a given, features like waveform monitors, peaking, zebras, guide frames, but the less common high-end features are also here: false color, anamorphic D-squeeze, and even custom LUTs. Then there's also the super rare image overlay features that not many monitors have. In fact, this feature makes so much more sense being here on the SeeMo because you can simply select an image from your iPhone storage to be used as the overlay instead of conventionally loading one onto an SD card then importing it onto the monitor. You do get quite a good degree of control over the rest of the assistance features, and props to the Accsoon See app for being very well designed. It's a really fluid and intuitive interface. If you're using it with one of the latest iPhone 14 Pros, daylight visibility is on a whole other level. 2000 nits is twice as bright as the Atomos Ninja 5, and for shooting outdoors, this setup ranks my #1 for visibility in bright outdoors. I do make it a habit to lock the screen between takes for better longevity, and because it's an iPhone, you can resume picture pretty much instantly. The SeeMo will also send the audio signal from your camera to your iPhone, so if you connect a pair of AirPods, you will actually be able to monitor your audio this way. With AirPods, there is a few frames of delay, but it's true wireless, and AirPods Pro with ANC can prove to be quite useful in noisier shooting situations, so just letting you know this option exists. Now, technically, you can feed the SeeMo any signal over HDMI, including this one here from my Nintendo Switch, so I guess I can say I have a Switch OLED now. Not the most common setup with the SeeMo, I imagine, but I figured it might be good for a not-so-scientific latency test. There's always a little bit of latency with monitors, but the SeeMo totally outdid my expectations. I was able to complete this Mario level through the SeeMo. That's how manageable the latency is. I also recorded my gameplay because I can. The SeeMo does turn your iPhone into a 60fps 1080p HDMI recorder. If you're creating for social media, that means instant shareability because the footage ends up straight in your iPhone. As a camera reviewer personally, I love it for recording camera displays and menus. In fact, I just used it recently for my A7R5 review, and all I had to do after recording it was airdrop the footage to my Mac and put it in the edit. It records in the very manageable H.264 codec, and you can adjust the bitrate up to 30 megabits per second. Right beside that record button is another powerhouse because you can go live onto YouTube, Facebook, or a custom stream address right there from your phone. When you think about it, this is essentially a capture card for your iPhone, which is insane considering it's only $179, and this is all you need to go live with an image from your camera. It is also possible to use the SeeMo with an iPad. It ships with 2 cables, a Lightning to USB-C, and a USB-C to C cable. The iPad version of the app actually works in exactly the same way, but it means you can scale this up to the dimensions of the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which is an absolute behemoth of a monitor. The mount on the SeeMo is swappable, and Accsoon does offer a mounting solution for the iPad. But say you're more comfortable just flying an iPhone 14 Pro Max on top of your camera, you're still getting a frame size roughly as big as what you'd get with a Ninja 5. At some point I did also wonder, can I use this as an actual USB capture card if say I plugged it into my computer? The answer unfortunately is no at the moment. This is still meant for iPhones and iPads. I also mentioned that it needs a battery, so it's not drawing power from your devices, but the SeeMo itself is actually not at all power hungry. You can easily shoot for one entire day without having to swap it out, and probably still have juice left over. It's likely the battery on your phone that might run out first. A nice little touch I noticed is a backlit HDMI indicator will light up when the SeeMo is receiving a signal. Very helpful little feature for troubleshooting, and it's just one more thing that makes this little hunk of plastic pure genius. The first time I set this up, it instantly became one of my favorite iPhone accessories because I never anticipated how much additional value this could bring to two pieces of hardware I already owned. If you have a camera and an iPhone or an iPad, this for me is a no-brainer and a relatively small price to pay for a set of features way beyond its $179 price tag. As usual, I'll drop a link below, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe I'll see you in another one.